Usmanu baro Gunjur ko Ikonga fale ko Namu batabanta Ila sola la Enye Gambia bino Gambia la sola enter Na sola enterprise Sola nimbati kendo Kurao deda sala Kabolo sin enamo Kaji sena odila Gambia la sola enter Na sola enter Na sola enterprise Jaliwo Sola kende soto yeah. Jali man fofena O sola kende soto Sola enterprise Na enterprise Usmanu baro Gunjur ko
Viewers of this particular special program, my name is Kasim Oscar, alongside my colleague, that is Amadou Giza Sanyang, live in Gunjur. We'll be talking to the technical director of Gunjur United Football Club. Gunjur United status in Gambian football is second division, and he will take us through to their last season in the second division and this season after that bright starts or better starts to life in the second division and in their campaign for promotion into the first division of Gambian football. Gentlemen, it's a pleasure to speak to you again and welcome to our platform.
Thank you very much, Mr. Oscar. You're welcome to Gunjur. I am very happy that today is Friday, and as it corresponds with our dresses, you can look.
Exactly.
This is a football program which is supposed to be on sport attires, but this is our culture also. Fortunately, today is Friday, and everybody knows how we dress in the Gambia and in Gunjur.
Absolutely.
So this is number one of our culture, even though we've been in sport. But for the fact that we both merge in this way, that's super excellent. You're welcome to Gunjur.
Thank you so much. Let's start with knowing how long have you been with Gunjur United?
Going direct to your questions, for sport in Gunjur, I've been there since 2000. But for Gunjur United, I've been there in the system for 3 years now. This is going to be the third year. I was employed as the technical director of the team in 2019, just before the season starts, to take care of all the technical matters affecting the team. Unfortunately, when we started the season, a bright season for that time, but we all understood what has happened, especially the corona pandemic. We started the league over a period of time. That season was cancelled. Fortunately and unfortunately for the team, we prepared very well, but anything that was cancelled has been refunded. So the following year, that was 2019-2020 season, we go back to the ground again, arrange ourselves, prepare the team from that time for the 2021 season, which we played very well. We finished in the first sixth, and where first teams are supposed to qualify to the first division. We finished fifth, but after a playoff, we are eliminated by Team Rhino. Congratulations to them for making it to the first divisions. But it is not a bad result. We played very well, morally, technically, tactically. We do all what we're supposed to do, but this is football. Sometimes it's not the best team that win, but luck also counts. So that's exactly how we did and where we stopped at the last season.
All right, thank you very much, Mr. Hatab. 3 seasons with Gunjur United. As you mentioned, last season you guys finished in the top 6, and that was a place or a spot for Gunjur United to gain promotion to the first division. Unfortunately, they lose the playoff to Team Rhino 2 goals to 1. Am I right?
Yeah, 2 goals to 1.
At the Independence Stadium.
You are right.
Gunjur 4 scored. Rhino came from behind to win, or
yeah,
can you give us exactly? So, like now that sports playoff has been is failed for Gunjur United, but it's a good start for them so far. this time around in the second division league, many were saying Gunjur United should have been promoted
Yeah.
but things didn't go well for them.
Yeah, that's right. You know, as I told you, sometimes football is a funny game.
Yeah.
You can do the right things, you fail in the final game. Sometimes you may even do the wrong things. At the end of the day, you rectify your programs and you make it to the desired result that you need. Fortunately, last year we organized ourselves very well. You know, we make sure that we have a proper management system with good technical staffs, you know, who encourage the players to set up a very good team. We played like that, you know, up to the end. Unfortunately, we were not qualified, but this is football. Anytime two teams play, there must be three things. Either you lose, draw, or you win. Unfortunately, we lose, even though in the league, we played them twice, and we won and drew. We have the zeal and the courage that we're going to win again, but unfortunately for us, we lose. But thanks to everybody in Gunjur, we have a community where we have a lot of support from every member of the community living here and the diaspora. What led to a good or great performance last year was the support that we have, as I said. But unfortunately, we were unable to make it. But thanks to the sport committee that put their trust on us to serve as the management for the team. One thing that I thank the management for is because everybody knows about the corona virus and the impact that it has. It has both negative and positive result. Because
So
for the
literally, do you think it has impact on Gunjur United promotion to the first division league?
yes, I can say, because if we check the financial reward that we have as a result of the COVID-19 support, that prompted Gunjur United, you know, to cleverly use their money by spending some money to the players. Some amount is being spent on materials like jerseys and the like. And the most important boost that we have, we are able to purchase a very good transport that helps a team from that time up to now. What we do was we give some money to the players, you know, talk to them about good management system. We buy material, train material, balls and everything. We make sure that the team is equipped at that level. On top of that, what we did, the little amount that was left with us, with the contribution from our people, both locally and the diaspora, we are able to attain that one. And I think that one is a milestone in what we achieve as Gunjur United. If you look at that vehicle, from 2020 up to now, it helps us a lot. Because if you look at the transportation cost of teams, that alone is a distraction. It helps us a lot. And the best thing that we do, we put it on the traffic so that on daily basis it gives us money that we use to support our team. So as a result of that, you know, we move the team very, very well.
Gunjur United was formed back in 2013 and it's almost 9 or 8 years in second division, or it's now 9 or 8 years rather in existence.
Yeah.
Do you believe before you leave office you will promote Gunjur United to the first division?
Yes, I will. In fact, that is not any more far. Inshallah, today I can assure you that if everything goes well, this year is our turn to be promoted to the first division, because we have the players, we have the staffs, we have the support. Yes, last year it was lack of experience on the side of certain groups within the team, and you know, football is a group program. You may be on top of a particular group whilst the other one is. So, but we are able to capacitize the people, talk to them as to what we need. Because anybody who wanna qualify to a level, you should know where you're going. So we rectified that one, and that one is being reflected in this season. We are playing very, very well, even though our activities have been disrupted by the GFF calendar. Sometimes when you're in your best form, you know, matches will be cancelled. You know, the election, you know, and so many other things are disrupting our program. But as of now, we are fifth in the league, but I can assure you at the end of the first round, we want to maintain the first two, and we will work towards that one.
And so far, talking about this particular season, this new season, 6 games already played, and Gunjur United results is not that much maybe bad, but also not that much excellent.
Okay. Yeah, that's right. That's right. As I told you, this is football. Sometimes, when you're playing with a group, you have to understand, analyze the league, the standings, and everything. Yeah, we have the chance to be on top of the league as early as the 3rd game of the league.
This season.
Yeah, because when we were playing against PS Biringa, there was only 2 point difference, and they were on top whilst we were 3rd. Okay, that game was supposed to be a turning point for us. Unfortunately, we lose. But fortunately for us, again, when they drew, we won. Okay, there's a derby everywhere that you play.
Absolutely.
Okay, the Jamanjeli game marks a very big point on our life, because Jamanjeli, is a combo side, even though they are performing very bad. Yeah, but when it comes to derby, we knew that it was going to be a very difficult team. Fortunately for them, we played up to the last minute, they equalized. That one was a turning point. But for the fact that Jamanjeli is out and the rest are coming now, we sat down together, put every effort together, talk to the boys about what lies ahead of us, and they take it to the occasions. They are ready to go on with this. That's why I said at the end of the first round, we'll make sure that we are on top of the league to be within the first 3 to guarantee a space of promotions in the first division for this year.
Okay, last season, promotion wasn't achieved, but we have seen 2 or 3 best players from Gunjur United being awarded in the 1st edition of the Football Association Awards night. Are those players still with Gunjur United?
Yes, that was a very, very important and a moral booster for the team. 3 of our players were identified based on their performance. Not that they are the best out of the team, but they were the best performance for last season. I can remember it was Salif Bapa Bojang, the goalkeeper Seni Trawale, and Viper, the striker, who were identified. Unfortunately for us, the goalkeeper emerged as the best goalkeeper. The striker became the best player, second youngest best player, and that they were the winners, even though Salif won, but he was not in the final list. Yeah, but they are with the team. Both of them are with the team, even though the second youngest best player, who is Viber, went for a trial in Denmark, and he successfully passed his trial, but because of this age program, there is a particular age that he has to meet before he goes. But even though it has not been disclosed, but he made the trial, and in the shortest possible time, we expect him to leave. But as of now, he's playing with the team. He may go. We are not very sure that he's not going to complete the entire league, but I can assure you he's going to complete the first round, then within the second round, if he did not move in the first part, but before the end of the first round, he's the only one that we are expecting to move. But that also coincided with another thing. We have a program, a player who, with the name Sekou, the number 15 player, the solid defender in our defense, who also went for a trial in Turkey, but he is back. So it's going to be like one is going and the other one is coming, even though we did not expect him to be here. But there is another chance that he is expecting to do. That's why he is back. But I can assure you the 3 that you asked are still with Gunjur United.
Okay, like these players performed very well last season. Are they not that much disappointed, like not getting the promotion? And as you said, for you personally, as the head coach or the technical director, you must be very happy despite not achieving the promotion to the 1st Division League. Looking at the development Gunjur United gained last season, 3 nominees, 2 winners, and hopefully a player is being sold to Denmark.
Yeah. Anyway, I'm not disappointed because, this is football. If you go to an elite level of the game, there are certain situations that you understand and you need to know how you handle. Because this is a tournament where you have 12, 14 or 16 teams competing. If you finish 6, know that there are other teams that played behind you. Okay, we have the aim to be promoted. We do all what we're supposed to do, but as I said, sometimes it's not the best team that win. We prepare our team mentally, psychologically, technically, and tactically to make sure that we go and win. And unfortunately for us, we lose. We are not disappointed, but it serves as a learning point for every one of us. And we want to avoid going into playing off for this season. What we want, we are not even thinking that it is there for this time. I believe, even though it is not very clear, as you know, in the Gambia, sometimes things are not clarified. But I am sure it's only 2 teams that are going to be promoted, because the reason why it goes to 4, they want to add teams into the 4th division, from the 2nd to the 4th division. They want to increase the number. That's why it goes to 4. But as at now, it is not very clear to me, but we are trying to find out how many teams are going to be promoted. If at all it is going to be 4 teams, I am going to assure you 100% that we're going to be in the fourth spot. But I have the fear that it's going to be 2. So we will fight and make sure that we qualify, and we are on the road to that one.
So if it is 2, is still the priority like to gain promotion for Gunjur United?
Yes, for Gunjur United, we want to finish minimum in the best 2, the top 2. But you also have to consider the fact that if you have teams that were relegated from the 4th division down, like in the case of BK Milan and Talindi United, you have to be very careful. So, but in fact, those 2 teams are not major problems with us, because you've seen we played both of them, defeated one in the first round, and the other one we drew. So those are not a trouble. But anytime there could be a surprise. If you look at year before last, it was PSB Willingara who were relegated, and they cannot make it the last year. But they regroup again. As of now, you see the way they are going. So for us, as a technical director, my advice to my team is we have to be careful of PSB Willingara, we have to be careful of Talindi United, BK Milan, and Immigration. If we can contain those, and I can assure everybody that any team that gets the maximum out of those games, the team is going to automatically qualify to the 4th division this year again. So we make sure that we take majority of the point that we are going to be playing in the home and away game of that. And the target is to get 75% of that point. We are on track because we played 2 of them, 3 of them now. We drew, we won, and we lose 1. So still we are on track to make sure that we achieve our aims.
Okay, before to the next question, like, is this tax from the committee or is a self-tax on you and the players, like to gain promotion for Gunjur United this season?
I can assure you, Oscar, this is a tax for every Gunjurian, because when we were selected, to be selected in a group does not just come like that in Gunjur. They have to look at the capacity and the ability of a person to make sure that we get promotion, or we have a better management of the system in Gunjur. So the committee, that is the umbrella association, Gunjur Sport Committee, we are given the tax to manage the entire sporting programs in Gunjur. That is why we are playing in the district, the division, and the zonals. So they tax us to make sure that we manage Gunjur United very effectively. So we also tax the technical staffs and the players to make sure that they do the qualification. So it's a holistic program in the community. We were taxed by the committee, and we also tax the players to make sure that we qualify to the 4th division.
And let's come to the zonals. That is the West Coast zonal. Already Sukuta, these people that are Gunjur, are into the final against Sanya. Is the same technical team that is working with the Gunjur zonal team that is participating in the West Coast zonal, or?
No, the tournaments are different, and we have different technical groups. For the fact that these are 2 different competitions in the Gambia, where the rules are not the same. Because, for instance, I can give you a simple example. When you play, the laws for the district and the zonal is anybody who is registered with the 3rd, 2nd, and the 4th division is not qualified. That means you are managing 2 different groups. So the technical department that is responsible for Gunjur United is completely different from the technical department. But most of the players who are playing in the district are the ones selected to play in the zonal, even though those 2 also are little different. But for example, we have some players from Katong that plays in the Navetan, so they got automatic qualification to the zonal team. But for the district Navetan, they have to represent their own community. So that's why players like Bobinho and the like, who are from Katong, are not playing. But for the management, for the district and the zonal team,
okay.
that is the same. But that is completely different from Gunjur United. It's a completely different entity.
Thank you very much, Coach Hatab. And now let's talk about grassroots development. What is the level of grassroots development in Gunjur? Because other regions in this country are definitely crying day in, day out.
Yeah, Oscar, thank you very much for bringing that question into this interview. In fact, that is where the powerhouse of Gunjur sport depends. Looking into considerations or putting it into considerations that any positive development or most of the positive development in any community start from the grassroots. So if you have a good foundations. I can remember I started coaching the Gunjur zonal teams in 2005 when we just go to the Navetan and select players to go and play without even looking into their backgrounds. So we played within 3 years. We realized that no, this is not the solution. You know what we do? We have to go back to the grassroots. You know, put the kids in the right directions. That started in 2008, where me, myself, Kakai, the current coach of the team, and Arnold, Lavin Party, now in Dubai, decided to come and put some of the boys together so that we give them a policy like what FIFA said, keep them when they are young. We gather 75 young kids, under 9, under 12, and under 15, into different categories. Then we groom them, train with them continuously, not only on the zonal or on the Navetan period. But this, within a short period of time, gain the momentum and the interest of everybody. We make sure that we expose them to footballing in fraternities of different communities, like we've been with them to Banjul, Sarekunda, East, Lamin, Brikama, and the like. Within a short period of time, by the time 2014 to 2008, they are ready to play for anything. By 2013, the academy just moved into the 3rd division. So the same team, when they were playing in the 3rd division, we select a tournament. And the committee came out with a policy under the leadership of Mr. Lamin Davosi that they are going to take the younger ones to represent in the zonal. Unfortunately for Gunjur, in the first year that they represent, 2016, they won the zonal Super Cup, a national Super Cup in that matter against Banjul at the Independence Stadium. The first time Gunjur won the Super Navetan.
And the first time they participated?
And for those group. For those group.
Okay.
Their first year of participation,
Okay.
first year they got the victory.
So meaning the grassroots development has brought a big impact.
A big positive change, in fact, in the management of sport in Gunjur. So when they did that one, it's the same team that, because Gunjur United team, if you look, started in 2013, but it's the same team that we are encouraged to join the team so that they play the qualifiers. So when they join, it's the same year that they get promoted from the 3rd division to the 2nd division, playing against Greater Tomorrow of Brikama. And from there, they start understanding the game and they can participate and compete at any level of the Gambian sport. Yeah, that's exactly where we are up to date. But also, when they were promoted, we did not full-time concentrate on them. Once they are promoted, we recruit another group. And the nicest thing about Gunjur now, we have 4 academies in the community. Kajabang as an entity has its own academy. Our group, JIP, now Jatas Football Academy, is operating an academy. Gunjur United has its own academy. And Kundembo, in the other part of the village, got their own academy. So anytime there's a competition within the area, we group them and they play together. We allow them to go and play for their individual teams. But this one has paid dividend in terms of discipline, in terms of management, in terms of technique and tactics, even in our Navetan. As a result of that, this year, because we have not been participating in the district Navetan, we said because you have saturated players in the village, why not we participate in all these major Navetans within our area? As of now, I can tell you, they are competing we are competing as a village in 3 different tournaments.
Okay.
We play in the 2nd division, Gunjur United, We played in the district now, Combo South district now, and at the same time, we are playing in West Coast region zonal competitions. And I can proudly tell you today that as far as Gunjur United is concerned, even the younger teams are playing better because considering their first year in introducing them into the zonals, they make it to the final in a very convincing way, beating Birikama in the semi-final. 3-0 in Birikama and 3-1 in Birikama. And on the return in Gunjur, they beat them 3-1. That means they are there to the occasions.
Absolutely.
They qualify straight to the final against Sanyang. Congratulations to Sanyang for winning, but I'm sure we're going to win them when it comes to the final. On the other hand, even though we reduced some players from the zonal team, but still, those in the district team maintain the same spirit. As a result of that, just yesterday, they were just from playing their quarterfinal games against C4, where they beat them 2-0. So as of now, they are into all the knockout stages of the competitions. In the district Northern quarterfinal, in the zonals, in the final. And assurance is there that Gunjur United also will make it to the first division.
As a young coach, do you think without hadn't been there was no grassroots structure in Gunjur, could this thing have been achievable?
Anyway, I am fully convinced that it was, even if it is going to be achieved, because football sometimes you can have bad management, bad system, you win. But the fact of the matter is, based on the fact that these structures are being put in place, it makes it very, very easy for us to achieve anything that we need. And I can assure anybody that from now, from that 2016 up to 2020, because it's difficult to make a generation, but when you get a generation, especially on the right age, it takes them time. So up to 2025, I can assure you, you are going to see a very good improvement in the community based on technique, grassroots development, and the stadium, the field that they are making is coming at the right time, because once the kids are developing themselves technically, tactically, the ground also is being maintained. If the GFF can help, or any person who is responsible for the development of that field can help us to make sure that these boys got a grip, I can assure you, in the shortest possible time, Gunjur will have more than 5 people in the national team. Considering the junior Nevetan team, we'll have more than 10. Because I can assure you, anytime there is this under-17 tournament now, when it is done objectively, we'll have representative. As of now, there are players playing at Gunjur United that can represent us at the national under-20. And we have some people now who are making their trade in Europe. When everything is done, I can assure you, we will have our representation at all the national teams from under-17 right to the senior team.
So, meaning right now, there is no representative for Gunjur in under-17, under-20, or even the national team, because the target is like very clear. Gunjur would like to have 3 or 4 players representing or playing in the national team in the future.
Yes, that's right. At the moment, directly you don't have any player from Gunjur who is representing us, because we've seen for the senior national team, most of the time, selection is based on foreign countries. You don't need to be playing. I think that system needs to be changed, because just with Nigeria performing very well, they are able to have one home-based player who is even playing in the first 11. So there's no difference between them and the Gambia. I've seen players playing in the first division that can represent the team.
Who is that player?
The goalkeeper for Real.
The Banjul.
Real the Banjul goalkeeper, in my opinion, can represent the Gambia at any level. Okay, but that is not even very important. We all know about Jata for Hamburg.
Bakary Jata.
Bakary Jata can represent. When time comes, I can assure you 100% he can have his first choice games for the Gambia. But not only him, we have young players who travel now, and they are working on their development programs. I think thanks to the qualification of the Gambia and the coming preliminaries that we are going to play, as I told you, the target is to have representative from Gunjur at all levels. But at the moment, we used to get some before, but at the moment there is no one playing. We have Usman Dabo, who represented the community at the Under 17 World Cup in Nigeria. He was there and still he's playing in Sweden. We have some other Wajaju was selected at the Under 20, Alassane Marong, and so many of them were selected from here. But you know, the Under 17 program, it comes and goes. At the moment, there is not. But I can assure you, if the selection is going to be based on objective program, I can assure you there are players here who can represent us at any level of the junior national that have been selected within the country.
All right, let's come back to the grassroots football. During that process, when you guys are structuring those system of grassroots football development in Gunjur, there must be challenges because it is not easy. Because as I said, some regions or some parts of the country are not really benefiting from grassroots football. You start playing football, you get to enjoy the game when you are around 18, 16, which is very late. What were the challenges you guys face?
Yeah, thank you very much, Oscar. This is something, in fact, I want everybody, not only in Gunjur, but the entire country. There is a grassroots football development program set by FIFA in the Gambia.
Wow.
They need to extend their tentacles to every corner of the community. You know, you see, football is a funny game.
So
it doesn't mean you have to be in the capital to be the best. We've seen those examples. Stajana is an example. When selection in the Gambian squad was mostly centralized in Banjul.
that's Lamin Stajana.
No, Boba Stajana.
Boba Stajana, okay.
He lives in the village, even though he plays for Walidan. But, you know, when he plays, he rises to the occasions. Lamin Sar, the same. You have talented players here, the likes of Fode Jabang, the likes Boenjai, Gipsa, OJ, Sidi Mane, and most of them, some Mabuna, you know, you have Sidi Ature, Buaketa. You have a lot of talented players here who did not have their chance to go and play. Those are challenges that the Gambia is facing. To set up an academy, the first challenges that you have is you don't even have the financial muscles to start up something. This is where the foundation is based. What we need, even the basic requirements like footballs, you cannot even have 5 footballs to play. Imagine camping more than 25 players with 1 ball. Where do they develop their techniques? You know, getting materials to start grassroots football development in the Gambia is a problem. Resources to make sure that you expose them to competitions, because when you train them, they need to play competitions. There is no competitions, national competitions or regional competitions by the GFF in the Gambia. So that also is something that that's a challenge, because the only thing you do, you have to go out and play against teams that are not even organized. Another challenge is material. You don't get the material. You know, anywhere you see this, the reason why you see these European people moving is because they got the material. They got the right balls, they got the right pills, the right jerseys and the like. You have to be used to all this one. We've seen that even in the higher level of football. We have Gambian players who are playing in Europe. If they want to compare themselves with what we have here, they cannot even come down to Gambia.
Absolutely.
Yeah, but these are some of the challenges. Materials is a problem. You don't get the resources. And the most important thing is the capacity building. Because if we only have good capacity building as to what we do, I can proudly say that even without money today, me, what I can do, I can do. I have been trained, I have been capacitized, I know what it needs and what it takes psychologically to make sure that you grow. No matter what, just get the balls, you can go to any street and do. But the first, most important thing that any community need to put in place, capacitize the people that you get. When they get the knowledge, they will have a way out to make sure that they bring success. We've seen an example. Look at the players, the Gambian players who went out now. Today, when you call them based on where they are, we've been crying for that.
Sure.
They are defending. We were thinking of qualifying. Over a period of time, we qualified. The people are skeptical that we're going to have a point. Now we qualified as
to the round of 16.
So once people get the knowledge, they see what is happening. Making the thing done is very easy. And I can proudly tell you that what these people said, other people will do more than that. Even though they make very good history that is going to be very difficult to break. But I can assure you, with proper structures in the community, we can do anything.
All right, thank you very much, Coach. Before we end this interview, I know you must be very happy. You mentioned the national team success in the ongoing African Cup of Nations. And right now, many are saying the mission is accomplished. As first-time comers, we have qualified to the round of 16. Anything we get beyond this is bonus. What's your take on that?
Actually, you know, when as an elite coach in the Gambia, actually, you know, anytime you are given the task to do something, there is an objective that you want to achieve.
So,
you know, if you can fully remember, just 1 year back, we are thinking about qualifications. That the target was to qualify and make sure that we have our appearance. But football is like that. You attack the competitions according to how you go. We were thinking of qualifications. Unfortunately, we are able to qualify. We qualify. When we qualify, the next mission is to make sure that we go and participate and have a respectable performance. That one has been achieved. Even though that is the aim. Now we qualified into the round of 16. Any team that goes there, you heard the interview of the coach, even the team that is playing with us is 50-50.
So
we have to go there and perform and make sure that we win. That is going to be the aim now.
Yeah.
We've passed the qualification stage now. We qualify. And the first round, we make sure that we qualify, not as the best loser, but as a potential winner, second in that group. Now, the mission is to make sure that we qualify past Guinea. But as you said, I have to be realistic.
So,
what the boys, the coach, and anybody achieve right now is even enough. As a coach, you want to get, the more you go, you want to win more. But even if they stay here, this is record.
So,
most of the teams, or I can say even all of the teams that make it
as first-time
comers in any major competitions like the African Cup, did not get the result that we need. You can even have 2 draws and a lose, or 2 win and a lose, but we've been there, you know, for 3 games as newcomers, we don't even drop a point.
7 points.
7 points out of 9.
Yeah.
That anybody, any reasonable person, will say that that is a very, very good performance.
The fans back at home are not that much impressed with the performances, but you as a young elite coach, do you have similarities in coaching with Tom Sanford? Because I remember Sales Ferguson saying, attack wins you games, defense wins you titles. So
Yeah.
I know most of the coaches will back Tom Sanford with the system.
You see, one thing I want to make very clear to every Gambian or everybody, you know, in order for you to be in the system, you have to know how the system operates. I could be a coach. He is a coach. Somebody is Sang is a coach. The mission we all knew. How many years we've been trying to qualify? Gambian coaches tried. Paul Put tried. He came and qualified. Any way he does it is what we're going to be proud of today. Okay. I differ with him on yesterday's game. That's the only game that but also he won because he won the game. That's his style. For me, because we want to make sure that we keep ourselves unqualified to the second round. So just after our second round, when all the games were completed, we knew that we are qualified.
Already, yeah.
So for me, as you said, because I have been defending, you know, at a particular time of the game, I'm going to make sure that I attack the team. I'm going to do it.
You entertain the fans.
Yeah, you have to play and entertain. But the most important thing is if people are asking about you have to attack, he has his own policy.
Yeah.
Hadn't been it's me, I was going to put in some attacking players to see because I've been defending for 2 games and now I'm qualified. What I'm going to do is I have to test my attack and see if I attack what is going to happen. If it is okay with me, I can think about it. I'm going to stick to my plan to defend and attack on counter attack. When I get the goal, I start defending. But what he did at the end of the day, when we sum up everything, winning is what is important. And once he can get that one in his own way, actually as a coach, I respect his opinion, and that is what I'm going to buy.
All right, finally, your message, because GFF Congress is just at few months to come. Maybe in the summer, there will be Congress. With this current federation, they are the first time we qualify to the African Cup of Nations, and already history is just being written whenever Gambia's play. But I think you must have something to say about that.
Yeah, you see, this is a
Because many people, sorry for that, many people blame administrators are blamable for the delay of football development in our country by electing people that don't really understand the game.
Yeah, that's very right. That's very right. But you know, I am also a person who is always optimistic that anything is possible. People have to be honest to themselves. You know, I can tell you, anybody who is there, at least now, all the guys that I see from cover to the security personnel, I believe they learn a lot. What they need to do is everybody need to be very honest to what you are doing.
So,
We all know what is happening from here to Basse. And the factors responsible we know. We know that Gambia is a country that sport is not been given as a major priority, like in other countries. If you go to the UK today, you go to Germany, Italy, and the like, you want to stop their game, you know, it's going to be a war. Okay, we knew that this is a third world country that is trying to develop. But development doesn't mean you have to go on agriculture alone. Gambia used to depend on agriculture. It goes to a time we depend on tourism. If sport can give you something, why can't we invest on sport? So if we are investing on sport, you, the person responsible, if you're given the chance to do it, at least at the end of the day, you don't think about the money. You just have to think about what you put in your community. Today, you know, if we are being paid $250,000, how many million have been explained? With a $10 million is to any community here, they can build their own stadium.
Absolutely.
I can give you an example. There was a budget that we made in Gunjur to make our field. That was only for $500,000. So if we are hearing of $10 million, still nothing is being done. Sometimes it's crazy. What we need to do, whether you change people or not, it's the system that needs to be changed. Once we have the right system in place, people come and go, but the society will stay. When you put in place a good system, you know, make sure that you stick to the system. When it is going positive, you have to allow to get positive movement. If there is something in the system that is wrong, allow people to criticize, rectify that one and move. And you have to make sure that, as I said, capacitize people, train them as to how administration is done. If you, Oscar, are the proprietor of this one, how you do your program, you have to train somebody. In case you are not there, that person can be in your footstep. So this is what is lacking in the Gambia. We may be changing, we may be fighting within ourselves. It will be Sang, it will be another person. Once we don't stop the infighting within ourselves, if you are there, I don't support. If I go there, you are not going to support. So at the end of the day, we are going to stay at one place. So that's why I don't want to mention that one. Me, I'm a friend to anybody who want to do development. Anybody who want to do development, either for the community or for the nation, that is the person that I support. And anytime you need my support, I give my support. I live in this community. Every individual in this community who knows me knew or knows very well that whether people pay me, nobody pays me. Whether they call my names or not, me, I'm doing what I'm doing. I'm the only one who can proudly say that from 2005 up to now, there is no break. And what I achieve, even though it's not been mentioned a lot, have been seen. Just at the district, and all these people who are playing with the Jeep Academy. If you look at them now, you don't even need to talk to them. They know what they're doing. Up to date, we're doing what we're doing. So anybody who is responsible, make sure that at the end of the day, even in your absence, people will know that this is what you do. So on that note, I am giving that advice to anybody from the community levels to the district level, divisional level, you know, up to the national level. They need to properly decentralize. Imagine we are playing in the district now. Now we want to play the final for the zonal. We don't even have a place in Western Division, even a single place where we can play. They are going to arrange a venue. If it is going to be within Western Division, it's going to be on the Sun. At least one. We don't get it. The district Northern is coming. You don't get any field in the district. At least it could have been in this. If the Gunjur field was okay, the district Northern final could be played in that field. If the divisional Western Division zonal is supposed to be played, it has to be in Brikama. So when we have the national zonal, we go to at least the stadium. So in that way, you will see the chain that is moving. We can even play our district Northern. From there, you qualify, you play divisional tournament, and then we go to the national level. This is how it is done. You play the regional tournament, departmental in Senegal, you play the regional, and you play the national. It's just a matter of decentralization. When we talk on paper, we can compete even the British. I'm telling you, when Gambian people sit down on platforms, they can compete even the British. But when it comes to implementations, Guinea-Bissau is better than the Gambia. So this is something that people need to put in place. If you underrate the Bissau people, imagine 10 years ago where we were. Walidan can go to Bissau and play with their national team. Today, their under 23 can beat our senior team. Fortunately for us this year, we improved a lot. And this is a point that we should not allow to escape. We should work to make sure that we go out of this preliminary program like the Senegalese teams are doing. Just because after 2002, Senegal qualified to the World Cup. We have a zeal that we will play. We play them home and away. We saw where we are. We just pull and we leave the row. We go down and they move. Look at where Senegal is. Look at where Gambia is. I can assure any Gambian that whatever Senegal can do, if we properly organize ourselves, we can do it as they are doing.
So we'll say even better.
Even better, because let me tell you, and these are people who have the same culture, the same geographical programs. So anything that they can do. I've been to Senegal. Ask anybody who knows me. I watch their now and we have better referees than them. We have more technical players than them. Our coaches are more tactical than them. I've been there. When I go there, when I want to work, even in Dakar, they just keep quiet and listen to me. And they said, Gra, you get the knowledge. But
thank you very much, Coach Hatab. We hope to speak to you again on LBD Sports Network. And good luck in Gunjur hunt for promotion to the first division for the rest of the season this season.
Yeah, thank you. You're welcome. Anytime you people want us to have an interview, myself, the team, the captain, or anybody, or any sporting partner, you are welcome to Gunjur.
Sure.
And we can give you details of what you need. And I'll be very, very happy. And this is a request from the LBD. We have a pending bill that is been under renovations. Even if we are going to pay for the cost for you people to come, for people to see what is happening, we'll be very, very happy. And I can coordinate that one effectively. If there is going to be any cost, I'll pay for it on transport and everything. We go directly to the field. You get a photo of everything that is happening so that everybody knows what is happening in the community. I thank you all.
Inshallah, we hope to come back.
Thanks.
Sumanu baro Gunjurunko ikonga faleko namu batabanta ila vlezola la enye Gambia bino Gambia la sola enter na sola enterprise sola nimbatri kendo kurao de dasala kabolo sinenamo kaji sena odila Gambia la sola enter na sola enter na sola enterprise. Jaliwo sola kende soto yeah jali man fo fenna o sola kende soto sola enterprise na enterprise Sumanu baro Gunjurunko